What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, I have some very cool video footage of what look like motherships landing on the Earth. Incredible video footage. You'll definitely want to stick around for. These things are absolutely massive, and they look like intelligently designed structures. No joke. You can't make this stuff up. I have 3 videos of what look like giant motherships, and not only do we have video footage of what look like giant ships above land, we have video footage of what look like giant triangles out above the ocean. Again, really cool video footage you'll definitely want to stick around for. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Gasper out of Slovenia. Very colorful clouds in the vicinity of the sun that can be created by a variety of different things: ice, dust particulates in the atmosphere, greenhouse gases, maybe a combination of all of those things, but very cool photo once again coming out of Slovenia by Gasper. Checking in on the very active GOES X-ray flux, you can see yet another strong M-class solar flare, and that was a long duration event following the very large X-class solar flare. So solar activity has definitely been on the rise. You can see the CMEs associated with those strong solar flares headed towards the Earth. We're waiting on the arrival of the first one. You can see they're predicting 2 CMEs to arrive here at Earth on the 15th and the 16th, according to this graph over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. Here's a look at the SOHO LASCO C2 and C3 instruments sent in by Nelson Jenks from the 14th and 15th. You can see the very large CME right there come off the surface of the sun behind the X-class solar flare. A component of that jumbo CME is headed directly towards the Earth. And as we talked about yesterday, that CME could be moving at 4.7 million miles per hour. We'll know today if it arrives on time. Looking at the SOHO LASCO C3, this debris you see over here on the right-hand side in this wide field of view, that's the Geminid meteor shower that's currently underway. A lot of times when we enter meteor showers, they show up on this spacecraft. And here's another look at the jumbo CME following, once again, the very powerful X-class solar flare. So those should be arriving anytime. Looking at the planetary K-index, this will tell us when the CMEs arrive. Right now, everything's all quiet, but when the CMEs arrive, we can see these graphs turn orange and stand very tall. That's an indication that there's a geomagnetic storm underway. Right now, everything's pretty quiet. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. A little bit of activity up here in the very busy northwestern quadrant. We can always find activity up there. Also at Mammoth Vault, a little bit of activity up here at the northeastern entrance. Other than that, nothing major going on at the supervolcano. And checking in on the Schumann resonance, all quiet the last 24 hours. Countdown to the April 8th, 2024 total solar eclipse of the sun. We're down to 114 days away from the total solar eclipse being joined by this comet right here. We're watching the comet every day get closer and closer, and it's going to join us for the total solar eclipse on April 8th of 2024. I want to take you guys now back up to the SOHO LASCO C2. This also was sent in by Nelson Jenks. He took this screen grab from December 12th of 2023 when he couldn't help but notice what looked like a giant triangle here at around the 8 o'clock position in the view of the SOHO LASCO C2 instrument. See it right there? He noticed what looks like at least the shape of a big triangle at around the 8 o'clock position right in the middle of the solar wind, visible on the SOHO LASCO C2 instrument. That's one of many examples you guys are going to see here in just a minute. Going up to the International Space Station, you guys are going to see what looks like a giant triangle out above the Pacific Ocean. This too was observed by Nelson Jenks from just a couple of days ago. And here's what looks like a triangle on December 13th of 2023 out above the Pacific Ocean. We're getting closer and closer. I'm slowly zooming in on what looks like a triangle craft, or at least it's shaped like a triangle, like what we just saw on the SOHO LASCO C2 instrument. This too is shaped like a triangle, a very large triangle at that. If this were some sort of a craft, it would be several thousand feet wide. I mean, that thing would be huge. And again, this was spotted from the ISS out above the Pacific Ocean on December 13th. Here's a couple of modified views of the large triangle, and I just tried to clear up the images a little bit to pull forward any possible features. And you can clearly see there appears to be something here in the field of view, once again visible from the International Space Station. Here I kind of added a little bit of light to it, once again trying to pull forward features, and you can see the very crisp corners on what looks like a large triangle craft. And speaking of large, these next videos resemble what look like large, gigantic triangles or some sort of ships landing on planet Earth. This is video number 1 sent in by Bob out of Randolph County, Missouri. Check this out. Looks like a big triangle cruising through the sky. He noticed this as he was driving down the highway. Had the presence of mind to get out his camera and start recording this massive, what looks like a big wedge in the sky. It can be described as a mothership, a triangle. I'll let you guys decide. That doesn't look natural. You can see the obvious angle over here, and that's what drew his attention to the sky, and he began recording. Once again, as he's driving down the highway, you can clearly see he's on the road filming what looks like a massive ship in the sky. Just doesn't look like a random collection of clouds, that's all. And you're going to see another example of this same phenomena from a different location. This was spotted above Missouri. I'm going to take you guys down to the Florida Everglades next, and you're going to see what looks like the same exact thing. Here I simply switched the format so you could see it in a slightly different view, and light is dark, dark is light, and there's what looks like a big giant boomerang soaring through the sky, a giant wedge, a triangle craft, something mysterious in the sky above Randolph County, Missouri. And this video is less than 48 hours old. Once again, sent in by Bob. Also spotted in the Florida Everglades, something very similar. This is video number 2 of a collection of 3 that I've received recently. This video was sent in by Chip Snyder, and this one goes back to November 26th of 2023, and right there it is. Doesn't that look almost identical to what was spotted above Missouri? Looks like it went from the Florida Everglades back in November up to Missouri. Looks like the same thing. Only he spotted this in the nighttime sky. How about that? That looks identical to what was spotted above Missouri. This was spotted down in the Florida Everglades. And he just said that was Chip. He said crazy sky in South Florida. He was very taken back by what he saw in the sky on the night of November 26th, so much that he pulled out his camera and started recording. It was so big and looked so unnatural. Look at the angle in the sky. It just doesn't look like a random cloud in the sky. It doesn't look random at all. It looks like it's of intelligent design. These are just simply different formats trying to pull forward the features of what he saw in the nighttime sky from the Florida Everglades. Going from Florida down to Argentina in South America. Video number 3 of what could be described as a mothership landing on planet Earth. Video footage sent in by Dan from just a few days ago. Check that out. Unbelievable structure, a storm front that looks like a big ship on the ground in Argentina. And coming up right here, I put it in a different format just for presentation purposes, just a different view, that's all. That is absolutely massive. It looked like 1, 2, 3 humongous motherships making a landing on planet Earth. And that brings up the question, when you look at these things and how unusual they look, makes you wonder, has the Earth, or is the Earth being invaded by some sort of large, very large, mysterious, what look like motherships in the sky above planet Earth? Very cool video footage, guys. Thanks for sharing. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@mrmbb333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. You can always find a link down below in the description box. Look for this red banner that says, have a large video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your video into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.